See, these two terms, penetrance and expressivity, are related to the appearance and expression of certain phenotype. Penetrance measures the proportion of genotypes that actually show expected phenotypes. This we can understand in this following diagram. Here I have drawn 10 oval structures, and in these 10 oval structures you can see the appearance of some color, and there is clear-cut color variation among these oval structures, except this last one, that is 10th one, that shows total absence of the color. So suppose these are 10 individuals, and these 10 individuals, they possess exactly same genotype, and we expect that they should have a particular phenotype. Suppose this color appearance is the phenotype. Now what we are observing, that individual 3 and 7 show maximum appearance of the trait, whereas individual 2, 4 and 6, they show little less appearance of this trait, and individual 1, individual 5, individual 8 and 9, they show very little appearance of the trait, whereas the 10th one does not show the color at all. So what we can say, that since all these individuals are of the same type and we expect that there should be presence of color, but we find that one individual out of 10 does not show the trait. It means there is incomplete penetrance in 10% of the individuals. Means 1 out of 10, it means 10%. So there is 10% incomplete penetrance, or in other words we can say that this particular trait is showing 90% penetrance. So now we can understand this definition, that is penetrance measures the proportion of genotypes, the exact extent of appearance of the phenotype in all those individuals which have similar genotypes. Now we find that these 9 individuals which show the appearance of trait, in their case the phenotype or trait is not being expressed in the same manner, to the same extent. We find that some of the individuals show maximum appearance of the trait, others show lesser appearance of the trait. So there is variation in the expression of the trait. So that aspect we deal in expressivity. Now this penetrance is of two types, that is complete penetrance. All those individuals who show the presence of the trait, they show complete penetrance, whereas there are individuals which does not show the phenotype at all, so they are considered showing incomplete penetrance. That is failure of expression of phenotype, that comes under incomplete penetrance. Now expressivity, that refers to the range of the expression of the phenotype in the individuals. That is, in the earlier example I considered 10 individuals, out of them 9 showed the presence of phenotype, but in those 9 individuals the amount of expression, the extent of expression was not exactly same, so variation was there, and that is denoted by a term expressivity. That is, expressivity refers to the range of expression of the phenotype among the individuals. Now we use the term variable expressivity, that is expression of the trait that varies among the individuals. So degree of expression varies among individuals having same genotype. So this is important to understand, that we are considering only those individuals who possess a specific genotype, and among them we find variation. Now this aspect could be understood by considering this particular class. It is a diagrammatic representation of a particular class. Suppose here is an individual whose genotype is capital C, capital C. And this capital C allele is a dominant one. It is responsible for the expression of a particular color. The other allele, that is a small c, it does not cause any color. So individuals with small c genotype, they do not possess color at all. So when these two individuals are crossed, then we find in the next generation their offspring having only capital C small c genotype. It means all these are heterozygous, and since capital C allele is there, so we expect the presence of phenotype. And what we are observing, that in these 5 cases we find that there is variation in the expression of trait. See this first one, that shows maximum expression of this phenotype. The second one shows a little less appearance of this color, but yes, we can say that this trait is being expressed in this second fellow also. In others also it is being expressed, although the intensity is less. But since all these individuals show the phenotype, then it is a case of complete penetrance. But we find variable expression of the trait. So, and if suppose we have a sixth individual in which the appearance is just like, the phenotype is just like the individual, like one of the parents is small c, then that would have been considered as incomplete penetrance, a case of incomplete penetrance. So this diagram tells about the variable expressivity. We can have idea from this example also, that is an example taken from humans. In humans there is a feature that is polydactyly. We are actually pentadactyl persons, that is we have 5 fingers. So polydactyly is a case in which the number of fingers increase, in this case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fingers are there. So one finger is extra. Here in this diagram you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are normal shaped fingers, but there is a small outgrowth and this is extra finger. So it is a case of polydactyly, and we can see that there could be parents having polydactyly condition, means one of the parents may be having this trait, and such parents may have children with polydactyly if the dominant allele is being inherited to the next generation. But what we observe, that there could be persons having extra finger in one of the palm, in one of the hands, and then there could be persons having extra fingers or 6 fingers in both the hands, and there could be persons having extra fingers in in toes also, in leg portion also. So there could be variable expression of the trait. Here you see a very small outgrowth of extra finger is there, but in this individual all the fingers are fully grown. So there is variable expression of the trait. Now this polydactyly has been studied in one of the families, and the pedigree is shown here. In this case you see the parents of first generation, they have normal phenotype, but these have 3 children, means 3 daughters in the next generation. See, this daughter is a polydactyl person. This daughter is also showing the trait, but the third one is not showing the trait. So, and what we observe, that this third daughter, who is married to a normal man, now have children. Out of these 2, one is having polydactyl case. It means we can say that this trait does not get expressed in case of this female. So it is a case of incomplete penetrance. And in parents also, one of the parents should have this particular trait, polydactyly, but we are not observing, they are looking totally normal. So in their case also there is incomplete penetrance of this trait. So pedigree of polydactyly demonstrating failure of penetrance in one of the parents of generation 1 and their third daughter. This third daughter is also showing absence of the trait, because we expect her to be showing the trait, since she is having a male child who is showing the trait. Now we can consider an example from Drosophila also. In Drosophila, see the mutation, that is eyeless mutation, is a recessive mutation, and we find that flies having such mutation, they may have complete shape of the eye, or they may have variation in the shape or reduction in the size of the eyes could be observed, and there could be range of reduction in the size of the eyes, and there could be flies lacking one eye or both the eyes. So we can have two Drosophila flies, one male, other female, both having same genotype, that is they may have eyeless mutation, and if they are crossed with each other, then in next generation we find different kinds of flies, those having normal structure of their eyes, then flies having a reduction in the size of their eyes, then we can have flies in which one or both eyes may be absent. So this is one of the examples from Drosophila which can be cited explaining penetrance and expressivity.